Welcome back to LJ's Comic Borough. My name is Jay. I'm the host for the show, and happy New Comic Book Day to everybody. I'm super excited to be able to do a show here for you on New Comic Book Day and be able to finally get it released on time and not super late. I'm already usually running pretty late due to the fact that I pick up my books 1 or 2 weeks after. So to be able to bring it even a little later than that, if you're going down sick or whatnot, dear God, kind of makes the show drag because you're not as excited to be able to show them off as you normally are. I've got a few books here to show you that I've been reading. Talk to you a little bit about them. Talk to you a little bit about some artwork. I also have a new book here that I would love to be able to talk to you about from Envision Comics. I've been in contact here with the writer. Gerald Cooper, who is an amazing person who has been writing this books basically since 2009. He had something unfortunate happen, had to put the project on hold, and now he is releasing issue number 2 coming up. We'll talk to you a little bit about that. I also like to be able to do a little business here. If you like what you're watching, dear God, if you like what you're seeing, and Lord, if you like the words coming out of this mouth, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment, please share with everybody, because the best thing about doing a show like this is to be able to have that kind of conversation with people with like interests like myself. And I haven't kind of brought this up in the last couple shows, but the most important thing to my family is rescues. So, dear God, if you're looking to get an animal, if you're looking to sit here and to be able to bring another little furry butt into your family, please, what I beg you is go look at the SPCAs, go look at Craigslist, go look at those animals that are basically being forced out of their home, for which they feel is happy home, and having to look for another place. There's so many different little places, and yes, there is a lot of scams out there. But please do your research, and please save one of those that are looking for a happy home already. And that's just a message from my family to your family. Hopefully you're able to find a loving animal that is definitely in need of a home. Tell you a little bit about what's going on here. The flu is spreading around here, around the borough, which really does suck for our ferrets. It goes through their system pretty quickly because they have a very fast immune system, but unfortunately, you got to keep some separated from others. I know a few are already need to be separated because they don't like each other, but now we have to definitely keep them separated and keep them safe due to the fact of the flu is definitely running rapid with those guys, and I'm going to be honest, it is this guy's fault. When I had the flu, I tried taking care of him about him best as I possibly could, but unfortunately, I got a few sick. Then now one gets sick, and then it spreads it to another, which spreads it to another, and hopefully they're able to get it throughout the system. Another little thing going on here is Sally just got her 3rd shot of heartworms, and you guys remember her. She is my little pit bull that I rescued and I took in from the SPCA, and now we have and I know I've shown this baby 1,000 times, it feels like. His name is Thor. He is my big yellow lab / golden retriever. Unfortunately, we found a cyst on his arm, and it literally just popped out of nowhere. So hopefully it's something that we're able to get him to the vet tomorrow and get things going for him. Hopefully be able to remove it without an issue, without a problem. He is my wife and I's very first puppy, and we absolutely love him. So we're hoping the best with that too. All right, so let's get to some comic books here. And the first thing I want to talk to you is about Genesee. Genesee is an amazing book. It's an amazing original story with original characters. The artwork and the color is bright and it bursts off the page. I'm going to show you now personally how I've read it. Mr. Cooper has emailed me his email me his comic, because like I said, originally came out in 2009. It did have a resale in 2021, but unfortunately I haven't been able to find the comic book anywhere. So Mr. Cooper sent me an email, and I'm going to just show you a page that I printed off from that email. As you can tell, the artwork really is phenomenal. The colors, and the colors, I'll be honest with you, don't match what the art, match the page as complete as it could. Unfortunately, I'm running a little bit out of ink, color ink, but just to give you an overlook on this character, on this comic book, I wanted to be able to show that off to you so you guys know what you're looking for. Like I said, Genesee is such an amazing book. It has the kind of the origin story of Shazam, with pretty much like, I would mix Shazam with Volume 3 of the Silver Surfer, and with this as the story goes. So if you're looking for such an original story, if you're looking for an amazing book, issue 2 does come out in less than 2 weeks at your local comic book store. Ask for Genesee. It is a great story. And if you can't get a hold of Genesee, what I will say to this, go to Envision Comics on Facebook and reach out to Mr. Cooper. He will definitely be able to at least help you and assist you trying to get you the first and second issue. He did it for me, and I will tell you, I don't regret picking that book, picking it up and reading the hell out of it. I actually have. He kind of gave me already what issue 2, the overrun and everything about what issue 2 is, and I'm so super excited to be able to read it. Obviously it hasn't come out yet, but I'm so looking forward to be able to read it once it does come out. So Genesee issue 2 comes out in less than 2 weeks. All right, let's show you some of the books here that I do have right in hand. I'm going to tell you the first book here I only picked up because I absolutely love Greg Capullo. I'm a huge fan of Greg Capullo. Dear God, and to sit here and be able to look at this is flippin' fantastic. All right, the artwork he does for this cover only matches Todd McFarlane, especially when it comes to the webbing. Dear God, I couldn't imagine having to draw as much webbing as he did for this. It's with the little lines and the intricacies of everything, it is beautiful. This is the Web of Spider-Man, issue number 1, and I am going to show this off as much as possible when it comes to the webbing. Spider-Man crawling out of that web hole. Holy crap. Like I said, the only person I've ever seen draw webs like this and be so good at it was Mr. Todd McFarlane. So I'm going to say this right now. Amazing, Mr. Capullo. Amazing. There's a lot of stuff that I actually want signed. If you ever come to Comic-Con in Baltimore, this is definitely one of them because of how intricate this book really is. It is just fantastic. For those that want to know about what's going on inside, I could actually care too less. And I'm a huge Amazing Spider-Man fan, but I saw that the writing is going to be done by the same character coming up through this following year, and I'm just not a fan of how Amazing Spider-Man has been headed. I feel like it's been separate from the rest of the Marvel Universe, which it shouldn't be. It should be completely connected. It should be flowing all in one direction. But unfortunately, it's not. And which really upsets me as a comic book fan, as an Amazing Spider-Man fan. You are the lead product. You should be the one sitting there directing everything in the direction in the direction it needs to be going, in the way Marvel Universe should be going. Just like Batman and Superman should be directing everything in DC universe. Spider-Man, you are the conductor. All right, you should be sitting there going, "This is the flow. This is the way we need to go." But unfortunately, all the characters are disconnect from everything else in the Marvel universe. Hell, the Kingpin feels like it's not even the same Kingpin from the X-Men over to Amazing Spider-Man over to Daredevil. It's just a complete disconnect from everything. So that's just my personal opinion. So until Zeb Wells is finally gone, But other than that, that is an amazing cover. I wish they would have told a little bit more about Spider-Boy in this. I didn't see anything about Spider-Boy, so. And right now, that is my favorite Spider character at this point in time. Thank you, Dan Slott. So, and I've actually got a Spider-Boy coming up. All right, the next book here I've got to talk to you about is Spawn 351. This issue right here makes me want to get 352. And I'm so nervous and so scared of being drawn back into the Spawn universe, other than Gunslinger, after being let down so badly. And I've actually stayed away for like 18 issues. I just canceled them. Didn't want nothing to do with it, but yeah, that whole fight right now Spawn has with the vampire world, awesome. It really is a pretty cool story at this point in time, and I'm almost wanting to pick up issue 352 just to see where it leads. I've got so many books coming out though, with the Blood Hunt and everything else, and yes, that Blood Hunt looks amazing. So yeah, Jed MacKay, you definitely piqued my interest. I've got everything of that series coming, and I'm hoping that it's just not me blowing my money away. But bam, issue 351. All right. I'm also a Brett Booth fan. I'm also a Todd McFarlane fan, if you've known. So I had to get that Virgin cover, Brett Booth, Todd McFarlane, working together to making such an amazing cover for issue 351. All right. Philip Kennedy Johnson. You're still doing, after 10 issues, you still have my interest on the Incredible Hulk. The only thing is, the artwork really kind of draws me out. And I know it's because they're you know, where they're at, they're, you know, they're dealing with some different little issues in this book. But like I said, I think the only problem is it feels like the Hulk really isn't there. It feels like they draw the background and then it is placed a Hulk, and it doesn't look like he's actually really there. Other than that, I'm hoping the artwork goes back to normal on the next issue. The cover is definitely amazing still. Nick Klein does a fantastic job. It's just the inside artwork. The writing hasn't been taken away. It still continues to flow. It's still amazing when it has to come with the actual writing. But other than that, this is like a 4 out of 5 book. This is awesome. I'm so glad Kennedy Johnson actually took this character and brought it back to where it needs to be. If you want to go pick up an amazing run so far with the Incredible Hulk, so far. This is a lot better than Donny Cates, and I'm a huge fan of Mr. Cates. So, all right, Ted. Yeah, Ted. Woo, Ted. Yeah, sure. Mr. MacKay. Mr. MacKay does another issue here. Moon Knight. Number 3. All right, I'm going to be honest with you. People of the Midnight Mission are tired of the fake Moon Knight, and they are now turning themselves over to the vampires to be able to find him and finally deal with him. This is awesome. I love this story. What he has done with this book, what he has done with this character, and after all the issues that that they've done so far, and still the character is interesting. I absolutely love this. I am so happy that I'm still reading, and he's still drawing me in to do this. The artwork is fantastic. The story is top notch. If you haven't picked up Moon Knight, you are super, super, super behind, because you need to go back and you need to pick up all those other issues and definitely start beginning to read this. This is a fantastic book, fantastic series. Issue 3, Vengeance of Moon Knight. All right, Dan Slott. Oh, I never thought I'd say anything nice about Mr. Dan Slott, but bam. I am going to say again, under issue 5, Spider-Boy, and this is more still a continuing origin story of Spider-Boy, which puts a little bit more depth, or a lot of, if you like onions, it puts another thing of for your onion, but this creates a little bit more depth of the characters that Spider-Boy is dealing with in his day in, day out world. I absolutely love this story. It's still considered a fun story. It's not to be taken too serious. The things that Spider-Boy is going through and things that happening to Spider-Boy is absolutely just entertaining in all honesty. So this is issue 5, which means there's only 4 other issues. If you're looking for a really great Spider story at this moment, this is the one that's stealing the cake for me. And I am a huge fan of, I mean, you got the Web Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man. I grew up with all the Spider-Man that you can grow up with. Spider-Man 199. So I grew up with all the Spider-Boys and all the Spider characters. A lot of them. That makes me old. So, at this point in time, I'm going to tell you this right now, and Drew, Spider-Girl, Spider-Woman, Spider-Everything. This is the one that's pretty much making me go out and spend my money. This is the story. So, if you trust anything that's coming out of this mouth at this point in time, this is the story that you want to pick up. Spider-Boy, issue number 5. All right, this is issue number 2, Wolverine Vanderpool Knights. Yeah, this is as bad as adult as you can come. This is Claremont allowing him, or should say Marvel allowing Claremont to be as bad as he can be in writing such an amazing story. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you haven't picked this up, if you're a huge fan of Chris Claremont, you're definitely missing out. Chris Claremont is doing all the things I'm sure he's wanted to do in most of the X-Men characters, and given permission. Definitely a parental advisory. It already says this is not for children, and with all the cool deaths and all the bloodshed and stuff like that, definitely not for kids. Amazing story. Thank you, Mr. Chris Claremont. And this book I did not read, but from the issues I have read of Wolverine, this is issue number 46. I don't understand why it says the Fall of X still. I don't get it. That Fall of X story has gone by the wayside. This is they supposedly have the Rise of X and every other thing of X going on. So I don't understand why I keep saying the Fall of X. But Mr. Benjamin Percy has written another story with another parental advisory, and it pretty much says, not for children. So please don't let your children read this. This is probably the best Wolverine book out there, or I should say best Wolverine volume out there. And there's been a lot of great writers, a lot of great artists that has worked on Wolverine throughout the years. But Benjamin Percy is probably, I'm going to say this right now, and that includes Chris Claremont. Chris Claremont started off doing the first 4 issue set with Frank Miller. This is probably the best. I mean, if you want to get a down, dirty, rough and fuck 'em up kind of story. This is the Wolverine that you really wanted throughout the years. This is the Wolverine that, as a kid, and I saw all the clumsy, the cliches and all the dumb stuff that Wolverine would do, and you're sitting there going, why didn't Wolverine sit there and just slice them and dice them, and you're just seeing body parts everywhere. You're sitting there as a kid going, this is what should be happening. This is the stuff that actually does happen in these books. Volume 7 of Wolverine is an amazing, amazing volume. I'm so glad my wife actually did collect this way. I will go through once Volume 7 is done, which, from what I've read, is actually almost soon. So, it's once Volume 7 is done, I will go through and read every issue. A huge fan of Benjamin Percy. You've definitely missed out on, like I said, if that's issue 46, you've definitely missed out. And I think they're going to issue 50, so I don't know. Don't hold me to that. But like I said, I think I've read somewhere that Benjamin Percy is slowly but surely walking away from Wolverine. So, one last book here to show, and my wife actually picked up, or actually has I think the original, the reader's copy of this book. This is Feral, issue 1, and yes, this is the Virgin cover. This is the 1 in 10. I picked this up for my wife, hoping that she absolutely loved it. She hasn't seen it yet. It's tax season. She didn't get to see any of her books yet. She did look at the previews though, and boy, with Marvel and Disney coming together, she definitely looked at that one of the Scrooge books, so I had to order one. But so she hasn't read this. I can't tell you what my personal opinion, because I haven't read it. I didn't read Stray Dogs. I'm not reading Feral. This is, like I said, this is more of my wife's thing. So, other than that, that's all the books I have to show you. So, just to go over this one more time, if you get an opportunity, you get a chance, you go to the local comic book store, please check out issue number 2 of Genesee. Now, this is obviously issue number 1's cover. But if you get a chance, go try to find issue number 1, and then also go and pick up issue number 2. Comes out in less than 2 weeks. It is an amazing book. Like I said, I read issue number 1. I was definitely thrown back. It was definitely a great read. So I can't say anything. I can't say anything bad about it. It was definitely a throwback to me from the books I grew up with. Plus, it was such an original story, original character when it came to how the character came to be with his powers. I absolutely love the story. The colors definitely flash right off the page. So please go pick that book up. Other than that, rescues. Please, also another please. If you're going to go and bring another little baby into a little fuzzbutt into your home, please make sure you check out the shelters. Make sure you check out the different Facebook pages and stuff like that. Please. There's a lot of little babies out there looking for their forever home. And unfortunately, their owners at this point in time either can't take care of them or don't want them anymore. So please always be on the lookout if you're looking for a little baby to bring into your home. And if you like what you're watching, you like what you're seeing, dear God, and you like the words coming out of this mouth, please like, please subscribe, please share, please leave a comment, because the best thing about doing a show like this is to be able to have that one-on-one interaction with all those that have like interests like myself. So from my family to your family, hope you guys have a wonderful week. Hope to see you all next week. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and have a great time.